I finished Resident Evil Requiem, and I'm calling it now. It is the new GOAT of the franchise. It's better than RE4 Remake, but beating it once wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough!
I decided to dive back in for the 100% completion. Every trophy, every secret, and every sanity shredding challenge Capcom packed into this thing. My laptop hated me, my sleep schedule is non-existent, and the final boss, that insanity difficulty. This is a post-mortem of a 100% run that nearly broke me. Let's get into it. Quick context so you don't think I'm completely unhinged. I already beat the game once for my normal Let's Play. Somewhere in those hours I knocked out a bunch of story and exploration trophies. I was just vibing, not achievement hunting. Then I finished, stared at the list, and realized that I'm not done. I grabbed a piece of paper, wrote down every achievement, and dove back in. If this video sucks, I'm terribly sorry. It's my first time doing a 100% achievement run, or hunt, whatever you call it. The first trophy that made me realize I'm a total idiot. Internal dispute. My plan was actually genius. Hack an IV zombie, bait the target, and let the hospital equipment do the dirty work. It was supposed to be elegant, calculated. Instead, the IV zombie completely ignored my target and just backhanded the lady zombie standing behind you. Achievement popped anyway. I just sat there like, I'll take the W I guess. Task failed successfully. Bang for your buck. The goal is simple. 3 enemies, 1 Requiem shot. I lined it up, pulled the trigger, and absolutely nothing. Grace's massive head blocked the entire camera as soon as the gun went off. By the time she actually moved out of the way, the 3 zombies were already on the floor. I didn't even get to see them tumble, but the trophy popped, so I'll take the credit. Then we hit a very productive 6-minute window. First up, credit where credit is due, for earning 200,000 credits. The economy in this game actually slaps. I was out here playing stockbroker with gun parts and herbs like a responsible adult. 5 minutes of menu scrolling later, I snagged Master Craftsman for crafting every single item as Leon. This is the part of the run where you stop playing a horror game and start playing a spreadsheet simulator. I was just sitting there trying to remember if I'd already crafted this and that. It wasn't exactly high octane gameplay, but seeing that trophy pop made the mental math worth it. Next up, the Mr. Raccoons. The achievement is called You Little Rascal, which is fitting because I spent way too much time whispering, "There you are, you tiny bar," to plastic toys in a disaster zone. I tried to convince myself it was deep, but really I was just hunting collectibles in a graveyard. Found another one over here, and then another one over there, which granted me the achievement. That last one in the bookshelf really gave me a hard time through my first playthrough.
Wow. Indestructible dude.
I could hear it, but I could not see it. Now, this one is not an achievement, but it's for the lore nerds. Hidden in the RPD library is a book Albert Wesker checked out before the city was leveled. Inside, a photo of Rebecca Chambers. Bro, Albert, make of that what you will. But the real find is in the briefcase nearby, the Wesker shades. Sadly, you can't actually wear them, it's just a charm for the Requiem. Like I said, it's not an achievement, Capcom probably just did it for the OGs. Then there's Cat Got Your Tongue. Cutting off a leaker's tongue mid-lunge. It's violent, it's disgusting, and it's easily the most satisfying parry in the game. About 20 minutes later, I got Never Touch the Stuff. Now, I did this on casual, so it shouldn't have been a big deal, but there's still a specific kind of stress that comes with running from an enemy to avoid damage, knowing you aren't allowed to fix it. Just reloaded my save a couple of times. Moving on. Alright, so playthrough number 3 was all about the 100% grind. First up, the old-fashioned way. You have to use an ink ribbon on a typewriter to save, just like the original games. Classic mode cuts the safety net, no more constant autosaves. It really felt like the game's hidden hardcore difficulty setting. This mode was super challenging. Hearing that safe room music after barely surviving a section hits different. I felt like a survival horror veteran again. Then we have Bloodlust. You need 5,000 blood samples as grace. I like the blood collector mechanic, albeit a bit strange, but 5,000 is a ridiculous number. By the end, I wasn't even scared of the zombies anymore. I was just annoyed that they weren't giving me enough samples. I was chasing down terrifying bioweapons like I was trying to hit a sales target at a very sketchy clinic. I'm glad that's done. The Pink Notes, Meryl's Letters. This is a deluxe edition side quest, not an achievement. Diary entries from a little girl desperately looking for her dad during the 98 outbreak, reading them while walking through a dead city 30 years later. Straight trauma. You already know how it ends and it still hits like a truck. Capcom didn't need to make me feel this bad, but they did. The emotional terrorism. Finally, I cleared the game on Standard Classic. Honestly, it's a completely different beast than Standard Modern. It wasn't just the increments. The enemies were faster, hit harder, and just refused to stay down. Capcom thought we wouldn't notice. Playing as Grace on this difficulty is a nightmare. She's basically made of glass, and she's so slow sometimes I can't tell the difference between her walking and running animations. Finishing this run made me realize how much I'd been leaning on modern checkpoints. It's a genuine struggle, but that's the Resident Evil I grew up with. For my 4th playthrough, this next part still makes me proud as hell. One single run, I landed Speed Demon, which requires you to complete the game under 4 hours, and Minimalist, which requires you to never use Grace's blood collector, both at the same time. Took me 3 hours and 14 minutes to be exact, which is pretty slow by speedrunning standards. No blood crafting, I was out here knifing everything, running from fights I should have taken, conserving like a broke college student. I was so happy when both trophies popped on the end screen. Then, we have the Insanity Run. This was my 5th playthrough. This is where things got actually ridiculous. I went in clean, no infinity ammo, no cheese, first try. I also finally snagged Case Closed for finding that last file in the game. It was in the final room with Grace, the one with all the monitors showing Spencer and her mom Alyssa. I knew it was there, but the place is such a war zone I kept forgetting to actually read it. When it finally popped, I felt like I'd beaten the final boss of ADHD. At the end of my Insanity run, when Remarkable Agent finally popped,
Achievement? Remarkable Agent. It took me almost 8 hours.
I just stared at the screen like I'd been through war. Worth it. 2 left, both in the bonus menu after the Insanity run. Unlocked all the concept art and character models. I sat there scrolling through early Grace sketches, Victor designs, all the dev work that went into this masterpiece. Not the most exciting footage, but low-key beautiful. Then Curator and Model Mania popped and I was done. I thought I'd feel relief. Nah, I wanted to start a new game. That's what a 10 out of 10 does to a person. Resident Evil Requiem is still the best game in the franchise. 100%ing it only made me love it more. Every trophy actually feels earned, not like padding. If you're on the fence about doing it yourself, just do it. Capcom basically built the game to reward you for coming back. If you like this chaotic mess, smash like, subscribe, tell me in the comments which trophy made you want to throw your controller. If you disagree with me going in clean on Insanity, tell me exactly why I'm a dumbass. I live for that. Did you use infinity ammo? No hate, just asking my fellow RE fans how you guys like to enjoy the game. Full review of RE9 is linked below. I'm actually proud of that one. I'll see you in the next one.